Ju, Ju, você tá me ouvindo? Ju, nós não estamos te ouvindo, Ju. Você deve estar no mute.
Ah, I was on the mute. Sorry, guys.
Agora sim.
É. Ai, que desculpa, gente. Sorry. Now, just gonna get my and I'm gonna add to stream as well my screen. And I'm not gonna be seeing the comments. Stefan, can you comment? Can you respond?
Sim, pode deixar.
Okay. Let's add my screen, and I'm sorry for the infinite screen. Let's gonna start all back again with diversity. Okay, so sorry about that. Let's gonna start again. So the reason I'm doing this diversity, being spiritist, being inclusive, it's because of the month we are on the month to celebrate diversity, and at the end of we're gonna have the pride parade at the end. So this is a month for us to be aware of the diversity we have in our planet as a human being, how diverse we are. So and if we look closely, our earth, our nature is so diverse, just like us. I'm gonna talk about this as well, our diversity. So that's just makes sense, to be a little bit more respectful, tolerant, and understanding. We need to understand this and embrace diversity. That's you're not spiritist if you don't think you don't need to embrace diversity. So I'm gonna start quickly. Diversity, the definition: the state of being diverse, variety, or the practice or quality of including or involving people from a range of different social ethnic background and of different genders, sexual orientation, and etc. So you're going to talk about the second definition now here because that's what made sense. I'm going to talk about quality first. So how do we see equality in the Spiritism? So in question 803 of the Spirit's book, Allan Kardec asks, are all human beings equal before God? Yes, all tend toward the same goal, and God has made his laws for everyone. Because he made for everyone, God has not granted a natural superiority to anyone in regard to either birth or death. We are all equal before God. So there is no thinking, because one of the things we don't embrace diversity because we think, oh, they are different, they are not right, they are this, they are not. There's something, this is more our prejudice than actually, us being spiritualists, good Christians, and things like this. Even for Christianity, if you don't embrace diversity, you're not Christian. Then I explain more about. So still talking about equality, we are all created simple and ignorant. That's why we are equal, We are equal before God. We created same way, you know. But we acquire knowledge through the struggles and tribulation of corporeal life. Being just, God would not have created a blessed few who, without trouble and toil, would consequently have no merit either. So there's no blessed few or chosen ones, or, this is human being human being. You know, before God, we are all equal, no matter what's your background, no matter what you do, what you did in previous life or not. But he's just, of course, there's the laws there. If we break the laws, then I'm telling you, if you are the one that think, if we are the one that think that diversity or this is not good, this is not, you're breaking one of the laws. And I'm going to talk about, because there's the quality law, you know, and I'm going to talk about this. But before, I want to talk about more us. So we are all equal before God, but are we equal, really? So in the Spirit's book, I'm gonna just take some phrases because I want to make my point, but I'm about the questions where I took it, the parts. So Spiritist, and I took from this, the new translation for the Spirit's book. I had to type in, so if you see some typo mistakes, I corrected, but it might have some typos there. So pardon me if there's something I didn't see. So spirits are the individualization of the intelligent principle. That's, we are all created, simple and generic, but we are, being human being, we have the intelligent principle. So just as body represents the individualization of material principle. Why? Because we know even our functionality, our organs are the same. When you see our exterior, and even, like our ourselves and our siblings has the same genetics, because we acquire from the same ancestors, we're gonna grow up to be different physically. I'm talking about just physically, psychological, mentally, that's something else as well, and also, so just like the intelligent principle, we are individuals, different, we are unique. So what I want to bring is that we are unique, not only for our body, our spirit. In each existence, our spirit takes a step forward along the path of progress. We know that we reincarnate. In each existence we have, in each reincarnation, we're going to take a path. Sometimes we stagnate it, but it's always, progressing, because our goal is to be as close as God as possible, to be as perfect spirits as possible. We're gonna get there. It's gonna take a long time. So we don't need to be worried to rush, because there is no shortcut or cutting corner. We have to go all the way in each existence. This makes us not equal. This makes us different from. This makes us unique. So, and again, with the plurality of existence, a spirit may find himself each time there on Earth, each time on Earth, in a very different situation, each of which will be a different opportunity to acquire experience. So this is from the plurality of the existence. The plurality of existence also talks about the diversity of the spiritual world, the diversity, just like on Earth, if you get all the animals, the all the kingdoms, the animal kingdom, the oh my God, sorry, I didn't do school in English. I don't know, vegetable, just come vegetable. It's not. It's, the plants, the fungus and everything. Those three kingdoms, they are so diverse, so diverse, why we human beings, or as a spirit, intelligent principle, would be just not diverse, So that's what I want to bring this. We are equal before God. We're going towards the same goal, to be perfect, but we are individuals. We are unique, each one. Even if we have the same genetics, even the twin, this is twins that they have the same, exactly the same genetic, same look-alike, they're going to be different beings, because the intelligent principle is individual to each one of us. And we acquire experience through the incarnations. We live in a diverse world. If you look at nature, if you look at the beings, or human beings, oh God, sorry. So we are diverse. So that's going to talk about equality and diversity. So equality here, I'm talking about us being equal before God. So God has created all spirits equal. So we are equal. There's no difference. Gender, sexual orientation, um, appearance, no difference. But each one has lived over a longer or shorter period of time and has consequentially developed their aptitudes to varying degrees. So we are the same human being, equal before God, different individuals, on our own path to progress in different developments, in different stages of development, And we talk here development. It's always being a better version of yourself, less selfishness, working our morals, but not in a sense of sin, guilty. No, it's working our way to be a better human beings. One of the things. So being spiritist is acknowledging that we are diverse, so we are consequently we develop our aptitudes to the varying degree. The difference stems from the amount of experience acquired and the degree of resolve. And we use our free will to that. So we make our choices, and depending on the choices, there's always consequences. And this makes us diverse. So let's gonna get a little bit more to diversity. Does the diversity of aptitudes, and this I know we're talking about reincarnation and law of equality here, but that's one, that's something we need to tackle on, because that's one of the reasons we are different. We have diversity of aptitudes among the individuals, and it's not related to the instinct nature of our creation. Like God would never create someone better than the other. It's us on our path of progress that become different and in different levels, And one of the explanations, why do you see, a children of 7-year-old playing piano just like Beethoven, This is the explanation of this young child is not something that was a natural in the creation. This young child, just like everyone else, came from many reincarnations. They have this aptitude, and maybe perhaps this many reincarnations playing piano. So this reincarnation just as easy. It's not easy for any other else, So that's the thing. Reincarnations explains why, we have such talents like this, Some of them come in mission. We know in the Spiritism, Wagner, yes. Yeah, Wagner came on a mission, but this is not to talk about. So they have reached as a spirit through several reincarnations. God has not, therefore, created an inequality of faculties, but allowed spirits of different degree of development to be in contact with one another, so that those who are more evolved can help in the progress of the not so evolved one. And so that all men, realizing that they mutually need one another, may appreciate the law of charity that united them. Now, one of the mottos of the Spiritism is without charity, there is no salvation. That is another teachings that, God wants to give to us. Jesus came with very important one I'm going to talk about. And this is the things. We need charity, but we're not talking about charity of, to free our conscience. We're talking about true charity when it's from the heart, when you really donate yourself to helping the one next to you, just being understandable. That's charity. So how can I judge someone that's not the same as me, knowing as a spiritist that everyone is unique and everyone has your path of development, your way to follow. Everyone is in different degrees. How can I judge someone for their appearance, for not being able to do everything I do, for not having the same sexual orientation, the same religious, how can I, knowing as a spiritist that we are diverse, we are unique being, all equal because God, before God. We are all equal before God. We have been created in the same way, but we use our free will and we have our path of development. So we are unique beings, even with the same genes. So how can I be, how can I find that this is not respect the next to you for what they are, who they are, and how they are? You know, how can I not respect? This is not something in Spiritism. It's also in Jesus' teachings as well. So when you talk about, oh, the LGBTQ, they're not right, something like this. Oh, how gonna be the kid? Doesn't make sense. This is us being perfect, you know, separating because I want just, it's a comfort zone. We have to be careful with our comfort zone, because if the comfort zone, it's comfort. We have to make sure we're not stuck on the comfort zone. Otherwise, we're not going to progress. Progressing, it's knowing there's things that you have to try out there. You have to go for reincarnation. You have to do it because you need to get better version of yourself. So that's why it doesn't make sense you getting on the finding not being respectful, not tolerating. Tolerating, it's even not, but not being respectful, at least respectful, because we need to embrace this. So this is where I want to come from. So I got there. So being spiritualist, being inclusive. So this is the gospel according to Spiritism. Without charity, there is no salvation. As I said, this is our motto in Spiritism. Therefore, make every effort so that your fellow being, on observing you, are induced to recognize that the true Spiritist and the true Christian are one and the same, given that all those who practice charity, and we talk about true Christians, not the ones that think, you have to be this, a label, not the ones label, you have to be this. If you're not this, that's not true Christian. I'm not the true Christian, the one that the Christian, what Jesus really taught us. So therefore, make every effort so that your fellow beings, on observing you, so that's how you don't talk about this, you practice. That's the things we have to practice this, because on the practice, not only we get better ourselves, the others will see. No one listens to what we say. We hear, but we don't listen what the other says, but we observe what they do, what we do, what the others do. So they have to recognize a true spiritualist and a Christian, one and the same, given that all those who practice charity and are disciples of Jesus without putting any embargo on wherever sect they may belong to, wherever sect they may belong to. That's Paul the Apostle. So in the gospel, how can I judge someone if I know I'm not perfect as well? Even God is almighty, all just, and does he judge? No, he's just, definitely. But he doesn't judge. We are all equal before him, no matter wherever we are. So that's one of the reasons we have to embrace this. We have to make ourselves aware because we come from a society where LGBTQ were against the law just a few years back, not even 20 years, 30 years back. This was against the law, you know. We came from society that slavery, enslaving another fellow being, was legal. So why no? We have to embrace this. We have to because, although for example, myself, I talked about myself. I don't, I, for being a white female and everything. I see that I have the privilege that it happened because of what happened in the past. I have to use my privilege to help the others, that didn't have this privilege, because like this, we're gonna get equal, you know. In the diversity, we are as a spiritual being, as a human being on Earth, and this is on Earth. Imagine other other planets, you know. So I would like to wrap up with charity and neighborly love, benevolence to everyone with tolerance. That's it. And when I talk about tolerance here, I talk about really, really respecting, not judging, not saying so. Love and charity are the complement of the law of justice because loving our neighbor is to do to him all the good within our reach. That's really important. All that we would wish to be done to ourselves. Love one another as yourself. That's the second commandment that Jesus gave us. So we have to respect. It's not up to us, to say this is wrong, this is right. No, no, like that's not. And we are all equal before God. So as much as I point fingers and the things they said, when you point fingers, you point one finger, but three is pointing to you. So when you point a finger to someone else, you're actually, reflecting on that person, your imperfections, So that's what we do. So that's why we need to embrace diversity. We need to celebrate this month. We need to be more aware. This is important, for us as a human being, as a spiritist, as path of progress and development. So that's all. It was going to be a short one. I hope I wasn't too much. Sometimes I get too much passionate about this subject because I think it's an important one. And so I'm just gonna give here the bibliography. So I use Oxford Languages for the definition. And I talk about, little pieces. It's kind of, a patch, a blanket made of patchwork, a patchwork blanket. So I talk about chapter 1, about the spirits, the incarnation of spirits, the plurality of existence, because, diversity, how diverse we are. The spirits is, just to talk about how equal we are, and the incarnation, how unique we've been, plurality existence, how much more diverse we are. And then the law of equality, law of justice, love and charity. And of course, without charity, there is no salvation. So I'm just gonna talk about a little about our activities before ending. All our activities are now on Facebook or our Facebook page. The Lantern Center is closed. They're not gonna reopen, but we are working on finding another venue, and we want to be back by September on presential, meetings in there. But we're gonna share everything here on Facebook. For now, we have our public meetings every Sunday from 11:15 to 12:15. That's the one today. The talk show every Tuesday and Thursday, and our study group every Wednesday. And I forgot to put here, we do have our healing, our pass online. But if you want to know more about it, it's on our Facebook page. It's pinned there, the post and everything. And Anything else, just send us an email to spiritismireland@gmail.com. So I'm just gonna exit, and you're gonna go back to the infinity screen again. Let me see. Yeah, I'm just gonna remove. There we go. So this is the end of broadcast. Thank you very much. Stephen was there answering. I got only one screen today, so that's why I was a bit confused today. Sorry about that. And I hope you enjoy. Any questions? Neide. Yeah, dedicated to you, Neide. And to all LGBTQ. I think this is really, really, really important subject to talk about. Okay, thank you very much. Enjoy your Sunday.